Welcome to Hope Matters, a production of Mount Olive Lutheran Church here in Santa Monica, California. I'm Pastor Shafer, the senior pastor here at Mount Olive, and we're so pleased that you've joined us on this weekly program where we talk to interesting people around the community and around the nation, even around the world, about the theme of hope, because we believe that hope matters. Today, I'm interviewing one of Mount Olive's own, Max Diamond, our facilities manager here at Mount Olive. And Max has an interesting background that I thought you would be interested in to hear more about. Welcome, Max. Glad you're with us.
Thank you, Eric. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for asking me. I'm glad to find out I'm an interesting person.
You're an interesting person. That's right. So, Max, you work with facilities here, and you're kind of our face for many of the groups. And then you also teach yoga here.
Yes.
And you're about to start up yoga again. So tell our viewers a little bit about your yoga teaching and how they might take part at their local.
Well, I'm really looking forward to getting started again. Since the pandemic, we haven't had classes at Mount Olive. I have been able to teach an outdoor class one day a week at a local yacht club, of all things. And they call it themselves a do-it-yourself yacht club. It's really more of a boat club than a yacht club. But I'm looking forward to starting up again. And I always tell people, if you come, there will be a class for you. So I've taught all ages. I've taught all fitness levels, all yoga levels, meaning experienced yogis and not experienced yogis. And I kind of my specialty is making yoga work for you, making yoga fun for you, and making the class fun for all of us.
That's great. I see you're down to be at our senior celebration in January to do chair yoga with older folks.
That's right, and we've done that. We've done that at the senior celebration before. It's always gone over well. People still like it. These are folks that, for one reason or another, don't get a lot of exercise, and it gives them an opportunity to see that moving around, whether you're doing yoga or just going for a walk or just doing a few, raising your arms up and down, movement is beneficial not only for your body, but, for your soul and for your mood. There's more and more research about how it affects your stress levels, your anxiety levels. You're feeling anxiety, go take a walk and you will be surprised at the results, especially if you don't do much exercising.
So how did you end up teaching yoga? If something happened in your life that got you interested, what's the story there?
Well, I started doing yoga. When I worked but prior to coming to Mount Olive, retiring and coming to Mount Olive, I worked for GTE and then Verizon in a kind of technical managerial capacity. So it was a very sedentary job, and I needed some exercise. I was getting a little overweight, and I was looking for exercise. I used to go swimming at the Santa Monica YMCA, which has a wonderful pool. But that meant I had to come home from work and get my stuff, go to the Y and swim and come back, and the whole evening was gone by the time I finished. And so I wanted something else, and I was walking around our block. And there was a yoga studio, and they had a weekend introductory offer, a workshop that you did over the weekend. And I knew very little about yoga at that time, but I went, and I found that it was both invigorating physically, it was relaxing mentally, and I started doing yoga at this yoga studio, and I just connected with it and started doing it more and more. And I met teachers, and frankly, there was a time in yoga for people who were trying to make their living as yoga teachers where holding teacher trainings was a very lucrative part of their business. And so a lot of people took these trainings, not always just because they wanted to teach yoga, but simply to deepen their practice and find out more about it and have a more immersive experience. And so I had a yoga teacher that I followed who encouraged me to come and take his teacher training. And so I did, and I was very happy to have done it. It was very comprehensive. This was at about 2010. And at that time, the yoga world was trying to get a little more organized. They really didn't want there to have to be a state license to teach yoga. So they said, we've got to police ourselves a little bit. So they created a certification program that was pretty rigorous. And if you wanted to get the certification, you had to go to a school that offered certain criteria. And so at any rate, I went and got trained as a yoga teacher, and had an opportunity here to start teaching. I was casting about for a place to teach, and I had a few friends and supporters who put together a class for me in someone's living room, and that's where I was teaching. And one of the people that I know was taking some yoga classes here. They had some yoga classes here at Mount Olive, and the teachers were leaving, and so she put me in touch with Stephanie Jaeger, who was the pastor at that time. And I started teaching here, and this really became a great open door for me, not only as a place to teach yoga, and my yoga classes grew and grew and grew from there, not so much in population, but I kept offering more and more classes. And but it also opened up a door for me. And this is how I find hope. Doors open up for me, and I have learned over the years when doors open up for me, to walk through them. And so Mount Olive became that kind of a place for me. And so not only did I teach yoga here, I gradually became more involved. And just Mount Olive is just such a welcoming place. I really was attracted to the idea that this was a church for the whole community. And, a lot of churches say that, but Mount Olive really meant it. And they had lots of different activities and meetings and things for the community to be involved in. And the attitude was, we'd love to have you come and worship with us, but if not, then just come and participate with us and just come and be part of our community. And that really appealed to me. So I became more and more involved in Mount Olive, and eventually was asked to join the staff, which was a delight for me at the time, especially because I needed the money, frankly. And so my involvement in Mount Olive has just grown from there, and it's really been a wonderful place for me to be. And so, yeah, that's where hope comes for me.
Yeah, that's wonderful, Max. Well, we're glad to have you here too for many
Well, thank
reasons.
you.
And of course, our groups that you relate to are people that we don't call them renters, because but the people that use our facilities and make a donation, they're all glad to be working with you, because you treat them nicely and they treat you nicely too. So that works out pretty well. Most of the
They
time,
do.
right? Most of the time, mostly. So,
Mostly.
and the ones that don't, they don't come back.
Yes, I tell everybody, no, not them again.
We should tell our viewers that we have very few people that we don't welcome back at Mount Olive.
Right.
Most people that use our facilities, the many 12-step groups, the concerts, the recitals, we're happy to have them, and they're happy to have us. And we have some of these, Max? Some of those concerts we have every year.
Yes.
The
And
Doctor Symphony and the Daniel Pearl, a number of those, we're their home.
and it's so wonderful to start having that again.
Yes,
We
yes.
recently had our first outside concert, really more of a recital. And so it was just exciting to be back in the sanctuary and back having events.
Yes,
really enjoyable.
it really is. It really is.
Yeah.
Well, great. Well, thanks for taking these few minutes to talk to us, Max. I wanted to get you into our rotation here to talk about yoga and talk about hope. I knew you'd have some ideas, and you do.
All
So
right.
I really appreciate you taking the time today to talk about hope.
Well, it's been my pleasure, Eric. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. This has been Hope Matters, a production of Mount Olive Lutheran Church here in Santa Monica, California. I'm Pastor Eric Shafer, the senior pastor here at Mount Olive. Today, our guest was Max Diamond, who is the facilities manager, the yoga teacher, and a very active member of Mount Olive, talking about yoga and the congregation and hope in his life. And so we're so pleased that you're with us today, Max. Tune in again next week for a new program on Hope Matters. Each Wednesday, we offer a new conversation with someone from around the community and even around the world about the theme of hope, because we believe that hope matters, and we believe in a God of hope.